Welcome everybody, my name is François Letat and this is my channel D30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. This will be a ramble, you know, about role-playing with kids. Not the first time I'm making a video, but I'm quite confused, I must admit, because you know, I do lots of videos in French. I do talk about this topic, well, I won't say often, but it comes once in a while, and I don't remember what I did in English so far, so maybe I may repeat myself on older videos you may have seen from me, but nevertheless, this was a subject I wanted to bring. Well, for me it was just a reason to try to make something in English, since I was overdue. You know, I've been doing lots of French stuff, of course, but I think I just want to stay connected to the English part of my channel, so here's a video for you, which I hope may inspire you into making role-playing games with kids that you have around, because this is a very, well, this is a great experience, I must say. Why I'm making this video? There's some sort of a shift this year, and I don't know why it kind of came naturally, but I do kind of enjoy like crazy role-playing with kids. I did enjoy it before, okay, but you know, there was an amount of challenge to make a game for kids appropriate and you know, enjoyable for them. It was enjoyable for me too, but you know, it took lots of energy to make it work, okay? Probably it's just a matter of practice. I do, well, since 5 years, you know, I do role play a lot with kids. I'd say as a game master, I'm just calculating, but I think I've gained more with kids than adults, just to say, okay? My role-playing experience from the last 5 years were more with kids, okay? So maybe it's just a matter of just getting it. It's kind of coming naturally, you know, that all the triggers are, you know, are open, are on and it kind of goes naturally. And this year, yeah, there's some sort of a shift where I just do look forward the next time I will game with kids, which was not there before. Yeah, really looking forward the next time I will play Hero Kids. I don't know. How can I say it? Well, when we are adult gamers and we're, you know, we're getting bored fast. Okay. Okay, if I invite you to a game where this is a 3-room dungeon with 4 skeletons in it, well, you will be bored. The only thing that it's on the end of that 3-room is a treasure. We're getting bored, okay? We want something more. We want an intrigue. We want to be surprised. But with kids, put 4 skeletons in a 3-room dungeon with no secret doors. They will get into it, okay? They will get their head first into it. They will be invested in the game. They will want to win. They will want to fight the skeletons. They will want to find the treasure. They are, you know, they will be totally immersed in it, okay? And me as a game master, my job is to help them get that immersion. So myself, I do play dumb with them, you know, when the skeletons arrives, I do kind of fake surprise. Oh, skeletons! What will you do? And I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. You know, maybe it's just because of that. I can play simple dungeons like that, 3 rooms, 4 skeletons, 1 treasure, and I do enjoy it. I can kind of get them. I kind of get into their own eyes, seeing that little dump dungeon, okay? And you know what is the best part of it? You'll come the next week. You'll get them into a cavern with 3 connected caverns. you'll put 4 goblins and there will be a treasure, the same adventure, and they will get head first into it and they will be totally immersed. They won't get bored. Okay, you can replay that adventure 2-3 times. They will get into it. I have kids, you know, the Hero Kids modules. Sometimes there are kids that I've played more than once the adventure. They know the adventure, they know what is coming, but they will play it. They will enjoy replaying the adventure. And okay, so I think for me it's, don't know, I do enjoy it. I'm looking forward the next time because I know that they will get straight into it. They will kind of enjoy the moment. Okay, so that is amazing. I must admit, that is amazing. I do master that system, game system, Hero Kids. I've made, well, my most popular video ever on my channel is my Hero Kids review, and I'm very proud of that. And that, well, that review, well, dates back for a couple of years. I think I did it 4 or 5 years ago, and it's quite accurate. You know, I've rewatched it recently just to remember exactly what was going on, and it's quite accurate. It's a very simple game system, okay, and it may seem very blank as a game system, but I've replayed and replayed and replayed it, and you know, I do enjoy playing this game system. The more I play it, there's a lot of good game systems for kids, by the way. And since I'm interested in the subject, you know, I do get me informed. I do get the information about those systems. And there's one, you know, that seems quite cool. I might buy it. I don't know when, but it's called Amazing Tales. It seems quite cool. Probably I may try it. And there's My Little Pony role-playing games that came out, and you know, I only hear good things about this game. Maybe the only thing is that it may attract more to girls than boys, but you know, it's in my bucket list of games to buy. Yeah, believe me, and it's high in my bucket list. You know, I want to buy My Little Pony role-playing game. I want to see what it is. One of the players of my home group has bought it. You know, we have daughters. Okay, I have a daughter, he has a daughter, another player has a daughter, about quite the same range of age. I do play Hero Kids with the 3 of them. They enjoy that, but they're looking forward when they'll play My Little Pony. He has bought the game, so it's in the plan to make them play My Little Pony. Okay. But coming back to Hero Kids, you know, I've played it so much that you know, I don't see why I would choose another game. Okay, I can feel the game. Okay, I can feel the game. The role-playing game, in my own opinion, is that you make the game mechanic show up on the right time to create a tension and something like that. And I just feel that I got it with the kids. Okay, oh, you have to try it, and you set up a difficulty, and you can assign bonus dice if they're making a good description of it. But you know, I'm pretty much free-form some of the rules around it, but the core stays like what's in the book. And I do make a show out of any rolls, and that, oh, that's very sunny, isn't it? I do make a show of every rolls that I make. Okay, when I'm about to roll the dice. When they're about to roll the dice, I make sure that everyone is watching their dice roll, because the kids may have their attention elsewhere. You know, the attention span is not very high, especially if they're younger. But oh, will he succeed the roll? He needs a 5. Hey, look at that. And I do ask the question to the youngest kids who is looking around or is rolling himself on the floor and say, hey, sit down. Look at that. Will he get a 5? He needs to succeed. He has to open the door before the trap gets into him. Will he succeed? And they kind of look at the dice. They kind of cheer up. There's a tension. There's a apprehension. What will go on? What will go what's going to happen, and then roll the dice. And you know, if a 5 or a 6 shows up on one of the dice, well, there's a big hooray on the table, okay? A big cheer up, a big celebration about the roll. I make every roll count. I try to make that important, and yeah, there's lots of roll in combat, so I try to keep the kids focused and make it very dynamic, okay? And I enjoy that, okay? I enjoy that. I feel that. Okay, I'm in tune with what, you know, their excitement. Yeah, I'm in tune with their excitement. That's how I can put it. And I'm looking forward for my next Hero Kids game. I just can't wait. You know, I'm looking at my calendar. Oh, it's going to be there, and you know, I do enjoy it so much. And that's the shift of this year. You know, I just it's just a new thing of the year. I love that. Hero Kids. Why wouldn't I get elsewhere? Other reasons? Well, Hero Kids is, well, a very well supported game, okay? There's lots of modules that you can buy, lots of third-party stuff, especially there's a line of called the Bayhaven line, which is, Bayhaven is a city, and they have, you know, the authors has created stuff for that city, some adventure, intrigues, and all that. So presently I have all the modules, okay, of all the third-party stuff, and okay, I do own everything for Hero Kids. So the material is there, and okay, the modules are quite railroady, but at the same time, you know, the younger the kids, the more the need to railroad a little. Though I do get, well, some of the modules, I've played them so much that I know them, you know, I know the modules by heart, so I do improvise a lot. You know, I use the maps. I know what is going on in that adventure, and I can I can allow myself to let the kids do their own stuff and do it their way, and have the right event at the right moment shows up to maybe get them into what needs to be done in the adventure. But I'm quite at ease with the adventures, and no, I'm not a very miniature guys, okay? I do prefer theater of the mind in general. It's rare that I use miniatures, you know, in my games. You know, I may draw a map once in a while. Online, I've made some experiments, you know, with Google Draw, and you know, I've improvised tokens that you can. But usually, I don't use that. But Hero Kids, I do welcome that a lot. I do need the miniatures because the kids, you know, if you do just descriptions, maybe depending on their age, they may not figure out the right from the left, okay, stuff like that, okay, the distance, and you know, all the words that you need to describe something may not be enough, but maybe too much, depending. But a map, you know, just talks by itself, okay? And talking about excitement, as I talked earlier, when there's a scene where there should be a combat, you know, if I show up a map on the table, the excitement rises, because they know they will fight, and they like that. And you know, with kids, something important is that and it's true experiment that I did, but in a story, you know, in the adventure that you bring, you have to make sure that the bad guys are the bad one, the good guys are the good one, okay? There's a black, there's white, okay, there's a dark side, there's a light side, there's no gray zone, okay? Because gray zones confuses them, you know. If you make a friendly traitor in the group, you know, NPC, you know, they just they won't buy it, or they will attack any NPCs for nothing because they will doubt everyone. So you have to make it sure that these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, okay? And when you put miniatures on the table, well, everything that it's not them, it's obviously an enemy, That's how the modules are made, you know. They do make the miniatures, the paper miniatures of the enemies. So for them it's very easy to understand and get involved and make them into action. And they love to, you know, make their little figures go around. They love that. My sweet spot with experience, okay? I want to talk about my sweet spot concerning the age of group where Hero Kids works well. Okay, on the book it says from age 4 through 10 years old, okay? But my sweet spot, and I've made lots of experiments, it's from 5 through 8 years old. I'll tell you why. Well, the attention span is something, okay? The 4 years old may be possible, okay, but you don't put him in a group, okay? Because you know, as soon as you have your back turned on him, he will run around, he will roll himself on the floor, he will do anything, he will get his attention elsewhere, he won't be in the adventure anymore. So you have to kind of connect with the 4-year-old player non-stop. That's why it's better to have him alone, or maybe 2 of them, but not more than that, okay? Because you have to get their attention a lot, and you have to do short sessions, you know, half an hour may be enough for a 4-year-old. But from 5 through 8-year-old, well, I can manage to have a 1-hour adventure, maybe a little long for the 5-year-old, but you know, with the techniques I said, you know, trying to get their attention when there's a dice roll, and trying to interact with them a little more. You know, 5 years old may have a short attention span, but you know, if I do talk to them a little more often, I can bring them back to the adventure. And you know, usually those modules, the Hero Kids modules are quite well, are quite usual modules with a boss or a big fight in the end. So by the end of the adventure, they will be invested. You know, they will get through to the excitement needed to make the final scene. 5 years old works well if there's an older brother or sister with them to help them a little with dice roll and air or anything, or if there's a parent, which makes it very cool. You know, the parents kind of passively participate in the game. You know, they passively participate in the game, but yeah, they will encourage the kids. Yeah, oh, it's your turn to roll the dice, and help them make choices to you know, to get through the adventure. Yeah, and when 6 through 8 years old, you know, the 1-hour game is quite cool. Past 8 years old, well, they're ready for more crunchier games than Hero Kids, and they're ready for games that goes you know, beyond 1 hour. They may get bored with the 4 skeletons in the 3-room dungeon by 9 years old, but they may enjoy it. Okay, I have some kids that are older than that do join the table, and you know, they're enjoying themselves. But you know, maybe they don't enjoy playing with 5 years old kids. It depends. Okay, they usually like to be with kids of their own age, about their own age. Yeah. But it's, you know, I don't want to make it general. You know, you may have great groups with 4-year-old kids, and that don't happen often, but it happens. And you, like I said, you can have 12 years old kids in a Hero Kids table, and he will enjoy himself. Okay, it's possible. But the sweet spot, 5 through 8 years old. I've talked about parents helping the kids making choices. Well, in order to trigger them into making their own choices, you have to show them how it works, and you have to help them make choices. So often I'm ready to offer a list of choice for an action. I do sometimes, well, often it's the obvious choices, like you're in a combat, do you want to hit him with your sword? Okay, because sometimes they're hesitating, not knowing what to do, especially the first times, you know, they're doing it. So I'm making kind of choices. Do you want to hit him? Do you want to get away? Do you want to help your friend to give him his potion to heal him, and I do make choices, and it's fun because other kids around the table may help the decision of that kid by offering them their own choices. You may do this and that, and okay, and he will at some point he may come up with his own choice or choose with what I've said. And there's a running gag in my games just to show them that you can do anything. All the time I do offer some choices. The last choice that I offer is that, or you can dance. The dancing is always an option, okay? So in every situation, you can dance. Sometimes it's just not appropriate with the scene, but it's a way for me to explain to them that they can do anything. There's an ambulance. And it's going away. Right. So yeah, I can show them that you can do anything in role-playing games, okay? Well, the other kids that may offer advice and say to some more silenced kids what to do may sometimes be overwhelming. They may want to play at the place of the other kid. You should do that with your character and just telling them what to do, and the other kids just saying nothing and looking at it. And I do control that, okay? I do stop the over-talking kid saying, wait a minute, I want to see what he wants to do, okay? I let, if there's a kid, if it's a kid's turn, I want that kid to have a say. Okay, even if he's silent, shy, or anything, I will try to at least give him let him the option to say what he wants to do. And when he says that, even if it's not the best choice or the most colorful choice, I do cheer. You want to hit him with your sword? That is great, okay? And yeah. And when they're getting used to it, and it's by the end of the first session, most of them will participate and will begin to have their own choices. And I saw kids being transformed through that, very silent kids getting clever ideas after a couple of sessions because they know their way around. Yeah, so that is quite a cool trick. What else can I say? There's so much to say about that. These are some of the techniques that I use, and yeah. So it was big ramble, but that was quite it's quite a trek, playing with kids. And if you haven't done that, if you have kids around and you're hesitating, don't hesitate. Just do it, okay? Try out what I'm saying. And there's lots of blogs, or I even saw videos on yeah, I may seem ignorant, but what is the Matt Mercer channel? Okay, well, there are some videos advice for kids that were quite cool, So just find out about that subject, and hoping that you will get the fun that I have, right now. I'm looking forward for next time I'll play Row Kids, and it will happen. Yeah. That's what I had to say. That was a quite long ramble. Thanks if you have watched it to that point. My name is François Tart for JDR D30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Any questions about that topic, feel free to ask them. I may have an answer, or something to share, because I did it quite sometimes. Yeah. Goodbye.